Sports figures definitely have, a voice.
And sports figures have come together to use that voice as part of advancement of blacks in sports. A newly formed nonprofit that Norfolk State head men's basketball coach Robert Jones is behind 100%. ABIS is on a mission to advocate for racial, social, and economic justice for Black Americans across all athletics. The organization officially launched today after being in the works since the death of George Floyd.
The first call, it was only about like 15 of us. And then the last call we had was probably about 60 people. People just talking about some of the unfair practices that are out there in sports. I know a lot of it is directed socially, but there's some unfair practices in sports too, as far as hiring and things of that nature.
The topic of equitable hiring practices is one Jones has a unique perspective on as a coach at an HBCU school.
In intercollegiate athletics, sometimes you're just, pigeonholed or labeled an HBCU coach, and that's a very unfair label. Because sometimes it seems like you have to do that much more than some of your counterparts to get the same opportunities. When you see someone who's done less than you get a job opportunity or a job offer or whatever it might be, whether they take it or not, because it's not all about just taking the next thing, but just getting the recognition that you deserve.
In addition to conversations Jones has had with members of the ABIS in recent months, he's also made sure to have dialogue about racial inequality with his players.
It's unfortunate what's happening, what happened to George Floyd and recent with Jacob Blake and Breonna Taylor and all everyone else. But we've had these talks, last year, before any of this happened, just about, how to interact with the police, because at the end of the day, you want to go home.
And driving the point home of ways racial equity can be achieved in sports is something Jones and the ABIS will continue to do as they fight for equality. In Norfolk, Megan Plain with the Chevrolet Sports Report.